Good afternoon. Today's April 4th, 2011. I now am calling the General Assembly meeting of Johnson County Community College to order, effective at 12:05 p.m. noon. I will now take an adoption of last week's minutes as that is reviewed by the General Assembly, and after which we will then review changes with this week's agenda and then move on to adopt that. So now entertaining a motion to adopt last week's minutes.
Motion to adopt last week's minutes.
Second.
Motion passes. And now for this week's agenda, we will be having a bit of a change. The first, second, and third items will remain the same, but the Vice President and myself will be switching the order of which we will be going in to present our agenda items. So the Senate table discussion will go before Executive Board candidate pitches, and then we'll move into 6, 7, and 8, and 9 on our agenda. Is that all right? Matt, can I have a motion for that?
Motion to make changes.
Second.
And the adoption of the agenda.
Motion to adopt agenda.
Second? Perfect. That was easy. All right, I will now have the guests welcome, and we'll start with Mindy and then work our way back, and then we'll come back over. Although,
Mindy Kinnaman, Student Senate Advisor.
Hey, I am JJ, will be the founding committee for the Chinese Student Association. And this is Patrick.
I'm Patrick Young, and I'm the advisor for the Chinese Student Association.
And this is Tom, one of our members who is willing to come, and he has no classes for today.
I'm very lucky that he has no classes on such a dreary day as this, but we do welcome you to our Senate, and we look forward to hearing your pitches today as you entertain your possibility to be a club and organization here on campus, and we thank you once again for your service and gratitude to our community and to our school, so welcome. I will now yield 10 minutes over to the parliamentarian for the Constitution review and go from there.
These changes is basically for secretary duty, and we are not going to vote on this one today. It's going to be for next GA meeting. And if you guys have the original Constitution right now, you guys have Constitution? Yeah? No one?
Well,
No, I'm just saying, you guys can compare these to the current version that we have. It's just, I want to read those for you guys. Article 1, election, the following line was added to secretary duties. In the event the secretary is in violation of the attendance policy, the parliamentarian will be responsible for forcing the attendance policy. Article 4, meeting attendance policy. Senator absence, including executive board, is changed to be cumulative. The following line has been added to executive board absence. In the event the secretary is in violation of the attendance policy, the parliamentarian will be responsible for enforcing the attendance policy. We're going to start voting on those changes next GA meeting. If you guys have any question about that.
Is that supposed to be under Article 2, the secretary duties?
No, it's Article 1.
Because Article 1 is the elections.
Which constitution do you have?
It's one you gave me.
Which one? Article 1 and 2.
Maybe it's section.
It's Article 2.
It's Article 2, I'm sorry.
Parliamentarians, his typo. That's why we have secretaries and senators and all the rest of them. So thank you, Alicia, for that.
I'll just speak on this real quick for a second.
Yes, sir.
These changes came as a result from the Rules and Conduct Committee last semester. When we were reviewing the Constitution, looking through that, I had noticed in there that there weren't any provisions to account for the secretary if the secretary position was in violation of any of the attendance policies. So while it did have outlined procedures for every other member of the executive board, it did not have procedures outlined for the secretary. So this is where these changes have come from. So everyone is covered under that. There aren't any loopholes.
Thank you, Secretary. Max, and then, wait, I'm sorry, Max. Jacob had his hand up longer, and then Max, I'm sorry.
Well, what does it mean by the cisgender absences will be cumulative? That's the so like three strikes.
Exactly, 3 students absent.
So does cumulative mean from like the start of being
one semester to the end of the semester?
Resets at
every semester.
Every semester. Okay.
Okay.
Great minds think alike. All right. If there's any more discussion, we'll now entertain it. All right. And as parliamentarian had stated, we will be voting on these measures next Monday in the next GA meeting in the beginning, and that will be on the agenda per the secretary for next Monday's agenda. All right, thank you. We will now move into yielding. I will now yield over 10 minutes to Vice President of the Chinese Student Association. Chinese students.
Yes, and if you guys have any presentation for us, this one you can give it.
Sorry.
Okay, I'll enter from the middle. Should I? Or should I go with there? Here.
This is a first.
Oh, the first thing when I come in here, I realize I'm overdressed. They call this a dress too?
You just caught us on a bad week.
I feel like someone on the wall. And first of all, I'm here. It's my third month in Johnson County Community College. And when I just arrived here, I met with some very incredible people from the International Club. And also next, I met with some other fellow Chinese Americans and Chinese from China and Chinese from Hong Kong, but it's also from China. And also from Taiwan. So we all gathered together, and there's a point of time when we realized that we wish to be more involved in school, and we heard that there are many things the school have done, such as the Japanese festival and different festivals. And also we have last week on Friday we have the multicultural night. And I realized that in this school they really wish to promote the multicultural spirit in this school. So during the time, me and a few friends we started to talk about, it would be good if we have a Chinese Student Association where the main purpose is to celebrate the multiculturalness of this school and just to celebrate together with the other societies, the other clubs. And maybe in the future we can have a Chinese festival to promote different Chinese festival, to introduce different Chinese festival to the students in Johnson County, and also for the international students from overseas who have, maybe in their country, they have very less population of Chinese, where they learn about Chinese culture. And in the future, we would like to support, because in our school there are two main lessons that has something to regard with Chinese. The first one is the study of the Chinese. I think it's part of anthropology or the social studies. And the next one is for the Chinese language, because there's a Chinese language tutor here, and they are being charged by credit hours. So we would like to support them by exposing them to real Chinese, not only in textbook Chinese, and to expose them to have an opportunity for them to practice conversation with Chinese, with actual native speakers, to expose them towards all these opportunities. And in the future when we can have, we can join in with the other clubs, the other association that would like to raise funds to bazaar, to different activities we can join in, and at the same time promoting our Chinese culture. And for the further future, we can even have a Chinese Student Association Legacy Scholarship to support students who would like to learn more about the Chinese culture, maybe in terms of exchange students or for students who are already here. And I heard in KU, there are about 3 Chinese clubs there. 3 Chinese clubs, I think it's a bit ridiculous because people they are not uniting. The first one is they have a Chinese association. The second one they have a Taiwanese association. And the third one they have the Confucius philosophy, but maybe because there is more philosophical side, so it's not really conflicting. But in this school, we'll have to unite all these three different ideas, and with our club in this school, we can also collaborate with the people in KU, the three Chinese associations with KU, the two Chinese associations in UMKC. We can start to have a collaboration that not really benefiting only the Chinese, but the whole school at the same time for friendship base and friendship wise. Let me see if I missed out anything to say. Okay, we would like to, I think this is more of the common things you will hear. Okay, we would like to volunteer in all schools projects and things. This is not more formal. We will really do it, but this is... And in the future, I heard from Miss Li Ping from the international office. She said that sometimes there will be foreign students, maybe from China, when they just got here to Kansas, they are not familiar with people and the place. We can, because most of us in the Chinese club, most of us will be able to speak in Chinese because a lot of them will be native speakers. So we can go to the airport to assist them and bring them to this school. We can help assist them and guide them through the for banking things, or immigration, and help them to get more involved with the school's activities. Let me see. Okay, airport pickup, welcome students, Chinese. Okay. Lastly, thank you so much for listening to everything, and I'll just end it here. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, you like to ask any questions?
I just have a comment. That's probably the best pitch I've ever heard.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Any questions or comments?
Yes.
Can I ask a question? I have two. How many members do you expect to have? And the second one is, how is your club going to be different from the international club? Because it's almost like chipping a part of it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I've been thinking of it as well. But then I start to realize that the Chinese club is actually not a country itself, so it's not really on an international basis, but Chinese as more of a cultural side. Cultural as in, like we have in our school, we have the one from the Hispanic association, I think we have a Brazilian association. I think we have it right. If I'm not mistaken, in the
Capoeira.
Oh, Capoeira.
Luna, which is Latino.
Oh,
Yeah. So it's kind of Luna, but Chinese.
it's kind of the same thing we like to propose. It's more of a cultural base, not really of a country national base, something like that. And
How many members?
members,
do you
yeah.
expect to?
Now, currently, without promoting, just by friends gathering together, we have about 12 members. And for the future, we expect every Chinese that enter into this school will be part of the membership. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Yes.
I just want to make a comment that good job. And okay, beside from the culture thing that the Chinese Association definitely have to do. And I want to say like a lot of international students have go through like applying for the visa and the I-20 and stuff. It's super annoying and time-consuming process. It make you just stressed out. And I think it will be really good for the association to help Chinese students to go through those procedures because it's just they need help.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hoi, and Jason will also be a member. Yeah, you'll be part of it. Yeah, and we will work together to help the other fellow Chinese students that will start to come in year after year after year.
Thank you.
Okay, so I hope you will support to make this a reality in this school.
Okay.
Thank you.
We will ask of you three to step out for a moment, and then you'll be called back in after we discuss this.
Okay, thank you. 谢谢.
Thank you.
谢谢大家.
We'll see you. That means that you guys are a club. So we congratulate you on that accomplishment. Up in COM 309, as you may know, is the Center for Student Involvement, and it's kind of where all the organizations and clubs are housed. So if you'd like to, if you ever have any questions or need to stop by for like a table request or anything along those lines, you can get up there and talk with Mike, Allison, or Mindy, and they'll take care of you. So we appreciate you guys coming, and you're free to stay, you're free to go.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
With that said, and with a mighty congratulations to the Chinese Student Association, I'll now yield over 10 minutes to the treasurer for Phi Beta Kappa.
Thank you. The Budget Committee received a request from Phi Beta Kappa, so Sam is here to represent them. If you could give a brief presentation about your trip.
For all those who don't know, Phi Beta Kappa is the largest international honor society of the two-year college. Our chapter is called Alpha Iota Gamma. As officers, we get to go to 5 trips in the academic year. The first one this summer, we went to Orange County, California, Chapman University for a convention about our service project, the democratization of information, peril, and promise. The next trip we went to was Garden City Community College in Garden City, Kansas. It was a small regional convention. The third was a convention in the Kansas City, Kansas Community College, which we didn't spend much money. And the fourth regional convention was in Topeka, which was the largest regional convention. We, as a chapter, won 8 awards, this college. The 2 most important awards was the College Project Award, which basically we were the college that in the Kansas region fundraised the most money for Phi Beta Kappa scholarships, for Phi Beta Kappa students. And we were the most improved chapter from last year. This year we fundraised a total of $6,590. From T-shirt sales, we sold almost $450. From parking spot tickets, we sold $150. And from membership fees for fall and spring, we had $6,010. The 5th trip, which we're going to now, it's the annual convention, which is going to take place in Seattle, Washington. It's going to be from Thursday to Sunday, this Thursday. And it's basically all the chapters from around the nation come together in Seattle and listen to leaders and motivational speakers. And we are one of the few colleges that are going to present our project, our democratization of information, peril, and promise. And we're expecting awards too in that convention. This is the first of the 5 trips that we asked for funding. All the rest of the trips were funded by the chapter funds. So basically, the breakdown per person is a little bit more than $1,000, like $1,030 per person going. We're going 5. One of us can't go. So we're requesting we requested a total amount of $2,000. Any questions?
That's $2,000 for how many people once again?
Well, the actual cost was $1,000, but we requested only $400 per person.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
We're saving some of the funds for the summer trip, which is going to be in Boston University, in Boston, for the following officers. So.
Are there any more questions from the senators? All right. John.
Sorry. And this is just for exec. You guys
Yeah. Well, students can go, but the chapter only pays for officers.
Okay.
So it's also the reason why I became officer was because Perepstron, which was officer last year, came after the national convention, and she was so excited and told me I should check it out. It was so amazing. It was a wonderful experience. So I just tried it, and it's really rewarding.
Okay. Any more questions? All right, you could please take a seat. Phi Theta Kappa wants to take 5 of their officers on the trip to Seattle, Washington for the Phi Theta Kappa annual convention. This event will be held from April 7th until April 10th. The group represented Johnson County Community College very well in their last convention at Topeka, where they picked up 8 outstanding awards. And up to date, Phi Theta Kappa has done t-shirt sales, monthly parking tickets, a membership drive in the fall, and one in the spring to fundraise a total of, like Sam said, $6,598. A lot of the fundraising money goes towards the previous 4 events, but this is the only trip that they request funding from. They have come in today seeking funding for their national convention, where they will learn how to teach new leaders, get the next team of officers going in the right direction, and gain insight from other chapters all around the nation. They will actively participate in the learning and in the breakout sessions. The information learned will be brought back and shared with the group here on campus. The actual cost of going on this trip is $5,362.60, or $1,072.52 per member, up to 5 members attending. But they are requesting a total of $2,000 from the Student Senate, or $400 per member, up to 5 members attending, 50% going towards transportation, 25 towards registration fees, and 25 towards hotel expenses. We, the Budget Committee, recommend that the Student Senate fund 88.5 of their total request, which is $1,770, or $354 per member, up to 5 members attending. Are there any questions? No. And I just want to make a reminder, any center affiliated with Phi Theta Kappa must abstain their vote. So we'll go ahead and go into voting. Let's see.
Yeah, let's start in Phi Theta Kappa. If you're in Phi Theta Kappa, can you please raise your hand? Okay. Constitution, please, sir. Thank you. I'm really excited everybody's involved. I think it's great. All right, well, we're going to have to go through the same process that we've gone through 3 times before, and I will explain this once again, and then if there are any questions whatsoever, please feel free to ask me, and then we can go over those questions in the Senate. After we go over those questions throughout the Senate and the General Assembly, we will then entertain a motion to vote to allow for the special power to be granted to myself as president, and then I will then allow for the vote to take place within the executive. With the 3 members of the executive board that are not on Phi Theta Kappa. My goodness. So, I will read the clause from the Constitution of where it appoints of what we're about to undertake. The President has the right to exercise all special powers granted to him or her by a fixed 2/3 majority of the Student Senate. The President is authorized to establish committees which are subject to the approval of the Student Senate by a simple majority vote. All right, so only that first half. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So with that said, I think the best thing that we will do with this is we will take it. I will ask for you to vote for it, and we'll take it into an executive session. From there, we will talk about it in an executive session with the 3 members who are able to vote, and we will come together with a committee for those who are able to vote, and put together a committee from those who are able to vote on the funding for Phi Theta Kappa, which the decision for Phi Theta Kappa, because they are leaving on the 7th, I'm assuming you're leaving on the 7th, Sam, is that correct?
Yeah.
You're leaving on the 7th, so you will have the decision tomorrow morning, and I will have the decision rendered to the treasurer as soon as I possibly can. So with that said, I will now ask, and everyone can vote for this, for a motion to allow for me to exercise 2/3, to exercise special powers granted to me by a fixed 2/3 majority of the Student Senate. All those in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Okay, thank you. Mr. Secretary, Mr. Parliamentarian, if you will see me immediately after the meeting, we'll get this together, and I greatly appreciate that, Mr. Treasurer. I'm very sorry. Sam, to you as well. I'm sorry, but we will have a decision to you as promised tomorrow morning, per the Treasurer. Democracy at its best, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Anything else?
That's all we have. Thank you.
Thank you. We will now move forward with the Senate table discussion. With that said, everyone, we recently discussed in the past couple of weeks about having tables where down in comm where the Student Senate would staff them and also answer any questions or listen and hear from any members of the student body or any other organization or administration or faculty for whatsoever reasons that could be, to hear their suggestions, to hear what they may be needing, as opposed to just having the town hall meetings. This would be another outlet for us to be more connected with our community as large. With that said, bless you. With that said, I have sign-up sheets for 4 days: Friday, April 8th, Tuesday, April 12th, Friday, April 22nd, and Tuesday, April 26th. The times for all 4 of those days are 10 a.m., 11 a.m., noon, and 1 p.m. I do ask that each and every one of you sign up for a date. It's very important that we continue to stay involved and that you all continue a heavy role in the school and also in making a difference. This kind of eliminates the suggestion boxes, which I think in the past we have not always had the best of luck with, and this also puts us closer with the people. So, yes, ma'am.
It does not replace the suggestion boxes. This is
Oh.
an alternative way for them to share their information.
I apologize. It does not replace the suggestion boxes. It's an additional output. Thank you, Mr. Secretary. I had a faux pas with that. I apologize. With that said, I will start one this way and start one this way. The latter of the month is on this side, and the earlier of the month, starting next week, is on this side. And I will then, after we collect those, have those given to the Secretary, and from there he will send out the times for what everyone signed up and go on from there. Yes, sir, Mr. Secretary.
From a Public Relations Committee for the Tuesday, April 26th, go ahead and put yourselves down in the 12:30 to 1 o'clock slot that we would normally meet on this one.
As the 26th?
Correct.
With that said, as that is going around, I will now yield 5 minutes over to the Vice President for Exec Board candidate pitches.
Okay, so all of you did your little 2-minute spiel last week, and you like that word? I do. And they're all real good, and we're just trying to have a reiteration of that within a 30-second period given to each of you. I sent you all a text message that got to all of you. Amir had told me that he hadn't gotten the message after I sent him the message, which I thought was kind of funny. So if you guys wouldn't mind, we'll start. Actually, one other thing. Last week we happened to kind of overlook one of the qualifications of one of our candidates. So we kind of need to touch base on that and then take a vote after that as well. Kevin, would you mind kind of discussing?
Okay. Didn't mean to be dodgy or avoidance of it, but after last semester, I'm currently sitting at a 2.4. Should not be a problem at all by the time, if I were to be elected to take office, to have it at a 2.5 or above. Just wanted kind of, is that what you wanted me to address?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the rest of it, is this where we go through the pitch too? Okay.
Oh, no, not yet. Okay. So if there's just a little clarification, and with a majority vote of the Senate, it can be, Kevin could be still allowed on the ballot. So, if anyone has any, I guess, questions?
Mm-hmm. Are you currently taking 12 credit hours this semester?
I'm currently taking 16 credit hours.
16 credit hours this semester, okay. And you don't think that will have a negative impact on the GPA come the fall, next fall? Okay.
No, I kind of calculated it out already. I reviewed it.
so we'll go into voting procedures. All those in. Yeah, you should.
I was
probably-
waiting.
Yeah. There might be a war. Okay. So with that being said, we will now start with the pitches. I am going to time you. I have my 30 seconds on the clock. We'll start with Mr. Parliamentarian, or whoever else. Whatever you want to do. Parliamentarian position.
Say whatever running.
Yes.
I really enjoy working student senate, and we build up like so much experience these 2 semesters, and hopefully we can apply to student senate benefit for next year. Second?
You have 18 more seconds in here, isn't it? Okay. Next off, we will go to all those running for the treasurer position. So, Gina.
Should I stand up?
You have
Okay. I'm Georgia, Gina, as you know me. I'm an international student. This is my 2nd semester as a senator. I'm running for the treasurer position. I've been involved with budget committee for 1 semester, and I really hope to get your vote. I'm really dedicated to this and hope to do a good job as treasurer. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Next off, we will go to secretary who wants to keep over you this time. So, acting.
All right. Well, I basically said everything on my last speech. Just want to emphasize my goals for as secretary for if I were to be elected for next executive board would be to work with a campus ledger to get the student senate's name out there, and so other students can see the progress that the student senate is making on the campus, and also to take the students' input that we're going to start working on this semester to take it on to next semester and see what we can improve with that.
Well, that was the end of it. Not like that. Me and Sam need to hang out after this.
Yeah, I think so.
We'll call it up.
Yes.
All right. So all those running for vice president position, we started with Alicia last time, so we'll start right there this time.
Ladies first. She can go first.
You want to go first?
Yeah.
You want to go first?
Okay. I'm Alicia Nichols. I'm running for vice president, and one of the things I'd like to do is to increase better communication amongst Senate and student organizations, as well as more student involvement or Senate involvement in the school and the community, and I've already started some ideas for that for next semester. So.
Eric?
I am Eric Limbati. I'm also an international student here, and I've been here in the Senate for 1 year now, not 2 semesters. But the main thing that I would like to emphasize why I'm running for VP is I really want to give something back to my school before I leave, because this will be my last year here. So I'm looking forward for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. Kevin, we'll start off with you this time.
My name is Kevin. I know we kind of touched base on qualifications before, but my main goals are effective, unbiased cooperation between clubs, and not only just clubs, but between other members of Senate and within the board. Also want to make sure we have better communication through the campus as a whole.
Thank you. I believe so far as president this year that we've made a lot of progress on many ends from all of our parts for that matter. We've worked with the campus ledger, JCAB, and ECAB. All of us have been on there as far as with the executive board, and we've also allowed that to go out to our senators as an option. Also, I've worked very hard to promote literacy with the younger generation of Cavaliers at the Child Development Center. But not only that, to continue to restore hope and tranquility within our school, I think, is the way to go. Thank you, John.
Mr. Watch.
Watch is off.
Okay. So that's pretty much that. We do have elections coming up this Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from the voting laptops. In the Constitution, they're called ballot boxes, but they're not really ballot boxes anymore. I guess you can check the ballot boxes. We we'll have those available from 8:30 to 8:30 to 2 at COM 2.0 above the right where the stairs lead up to. And then once again from 5:30 to 8. And we have senators on the election committee for those time slots, except from the time slot from 11:30 to noon on Tuesday, so tomorrow. So is anyone who's not on the committee or not running able to fill that slot? It's 30 minutes. The rest of us are in like class.
When again?
11:30 to noon.
When?
I can do it, Joe.
You good? Thank you, Rochelle.
Thank you, Rochelle.
Yeah, and I saw the Excel on Thursday. I'm on the 11:31. I should consider that as up.
Discuss that this afternoon. Yeah, can you discuss that? Because you want to speed things up.
Oh yeah. Oh, I have like 4 other spots real quick.
Okay.
I'll talk with you outside of here. And then we also have 9:30 to 10:30, 9:30 to 11 o'clock on Thursday. Is anyone free from that time? I know we're all busy students.
I believe I can. I'll double check and I'll get back to you.
Okay, thank you. And then one last one from 11 to 11:30 on Thursday as well. It's not too hard to just sit up there. Don't be afraid.
I can do it since I don't do Capoeira Club.
Okay. Why not? Okay, so be sure to get out there, vote if you guys are running campaign. There will also be a link on our Student Senate homepage, so all of you guys at home or all of you guys running, you guys are welcome to share that with people. And like I said last time, there are write-ins for all positions. You just have to meet certain qualifications, which are posted up on our Student Senate Facebook page or Johnson County Community College Facebook page. I put that up there last night. Alicia, real quick.
Just for clarification, if you go onto the website, you don't have to do it in between those specific hours, right?
No, yeah.
Just I
correct.
think make
Correct.
that clear.
So anyone can vote. So that's all I had for election. So thank you guys.
Thank you, John. We'll now move into exec board announcements and we'll start with the treasurer and work our way down. Mr. Treasurer.
The budget committee is going to meet on this Thursday, and we're going to discuss some new things that we can come up with for next year, so we can facilitate the budget committee requests and all that. That's all. Thank you.
Like you've heard me say before, we have Dollars for Scholars coming up on April 15th. All donations are needed from businesses by April 12th. So if you guys are wanting to get out there into the community and I guess ask people for donations, it'd be really helpful. I've gone 4 times with 4 different senators, and we've always had a pretty positive, I guess, interaction with owners, managers, whatever it may be. And so if you guys are interested, stop by Mindy's office and or talk with me, and we'll get you guys the papers and everything for that. Aside from that, today Interclub Council is holding Moment to Own It, which is similar to NBC's Minute to Win It. It's going to be in GEB 233. Is it 233 or 223?
No, it's 233.
Okay, 233. The Craig Auditorium, and that'll be really neat. It's going from 2 to 5 o'clock today. The first hour is going to be kind of like a practice thing. There's a bunch of real fun games. We got all the supplies last night, and it'll be real neat. If you guys don't know how to play the games, we'll have little video clips of how to do it, and you'll have that first hour to practice. So if any of you guys are free from 2 to 5, I recommend you to come. And if you guys are actually hungry around that time, we'll actually have food too, delicious food. And so get some friends together and come to that. There can be teams of 2, so come. And last but not least, I ran into Renee Arnett today in the hall, and you're the Vice President of Student Senate. Tell all your people this. So I'm telling you guys that the Career Development Center has those job links, I guess, linked on their website. So go check it out. It's pretty much just learn about different opportunities that you may have in your area.
Well, for my announcements, first, I just noticed that taxes are due by the 15th, so if you have not filed your taxes yet, please take care of that. Actually, there's a 2-day extension, if I'm not mistaken on that. Thank you, Mr. Secretary, for that. Exec Board elections will be held again tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday, 9 to 2. You can vote online all day long, and then once again from 5:30 to 8 p.m. in Kong. Senate webpage with Exec Board candidates, bios, and voting link are at jccc.edu/student-senate. The next Student Senate Town Hall will be held April 27th at noon in RC 101. I hope to see all of you there. Campus Craze will be May the 4th, 2011. It is a wonderful opportunity for everyone to be involved in. Scholarship Committee will be meeting this Friday. Out-of-state international scholarships, the applications are due on Friday. And then we will also be meeting after that to determine the winners and those who we will award the scholarships. And as far as that is with announcements, that's all I have. Mr. Parliamentarian.
Friday 23rd is the Earth Day, and Student Senate Green Committee is a table from 10 to 3. And we're just going to go there and just collect green idea from student and faculty. If anyone is interested to join us, just talk to me after the meeting. That's all I have.
Public Relations will not meet this Thursday. We will meet Tuesday only because we'll have some work that needs to get done by the end of the week. And we do have a few other things coming up on the radar that we'll discuss on Tuesday.
We'll now move into advisory. Hold on, I'm sorry. Eric?
It's Friday 22nd. 22nd.
Thank you. Mindy, we'll now move into advisory announcements. We have
None,
no advisory announcements.
because you used mine already.
Oh,
Scholarship.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Less than said.
Okay. Open forum. All right.
Sorry. All right. All those in the election committee, since we have this moment to own it thing going on, if you don't mind just sticking around for like a minute, and I'll just explain what we need to do.
Thank you. If there's nothing else for open forum, I'll now entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Motion to adjourn.
Can I have a second?
Second.
It's funny how those always get the most motion. Thank you, everybody. Take care.